A new rumor says that Marvel Studios has cleaned house. This as Deadpool rocks the box office charts and movies are moving off the schedule for Marvel. By the way, they refuse to acknowledge one of their recent projects that's coming up in just a few weeks. Let's talk about what's going on over there at Marvel on That Park Place. Hello, I am Jonas J. Campbell, an investigative reporter for That Park Place, and here is intro writer for That Park Place, Mr. VashSky. Vash, I think that one should have been cleaned up a little bit before it made it into the video. What do you think?
Yeah, it was a little messy. I will admit. But we try to hit them all out of the ballpark, but there are sometimes they just get away from you.
It's more important that the information be there for everyone to know rather than doing it smoothly here. With that being said, let's get over here to this article out of That Park Place, but we're talking about a rumor from Chris Gore of Film Threat. Marvel Studio cleaned house and fired activist producers. This by John F. Trent. This latest rumor comes from Film Threat founder Chris Gore during an appearance on the Critical Drinkers YouTube channel. I bet we're going to get a quote here. Chris Gore stated, "I do know people who work at Marvel. They've cleaned house. They quietly, months ago, fired all the producers that could be labeled activist." He continued, "Unlike Lucasfilm is lost." Okay, Chris Gore doesn't have a Jersey accent, but unlike Lucasfilm is lost. They're lost. They're doubling down on all this nonsense. You'll never get anything good out of Lucasfilm in Star Wars. That's it. Anyways, Chris Gore doesn't sound like Christopher Walken, but there we go. In contrast, he said Kevin Feige recognizes basically, he said that if we tried it, it didn't work. He's talking about Phase 4. It didn't work. No Kang. None of these side characters that don't have the legacy of classic characters. And if Deadpool and Wolverine proves anything, you've heard the phrase male and pale is stale. And that was spoken aloud across the studios. But if you look at box office this year, I would say male and pale is money. And that's the phrase I think people should more adopt. Vash, what do you think about that?
I think it's exactly correct. I mean, when you look at Wolverine, Deadpool, I mean, these are two classic characters, obviously been part of Marvel's legacy of films for a long time right there. Both, well, male and pale. And look, I mean, it's suggested that this thing is going to make well over $1 billion by this upcoming Sunday, or depends on when you're actually reading this.
Already
We've actually hit
$1
$1 billion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
And that will make it the highest grossing X-Men film of all time, bar none. I mean, 786 million, I do believe, was the threshold that they had to beat. And no question in my mind that is definitely behind them at this point. Gore also noted, additionally, they fired people that don't know the comics, but it's going to be a sea change that will take years. That's why they're announcing this now. We know we screwed up and failed, but look at what's coming. So we're going to get 2 bad movies, 2 bad TV shows, and maybe a good Fantastic Four film. So let's talk about what they have been announcing over there at Marvel recently. We're going to go over to WDW News Today here. Every Marvel Cinematic Universe announcement from SDCC 2024. All right, so just taking a look at this, Captain America Brave New World, that is set for, I think it's set for Valentine's Day 2025.
Ooh.
Interesting spot for them, but I'm thinking this is being referred to as one of their bad ones. They have to get out the chute here.
I would think so. We know that this production has gone way over budget and reshoots and everything else. I don't have much hope in this film, but who knows? Could surprise is a possibility, but I think Chris Gore's assessment on this one, if he in fact is talking about this one being the one that they just had to get out, is correct.
Now, it's possible that it ends up being a good movie, and I like Anthony Mackie. I like Marcus Dixon from Alias. What is the guy's name? Carl Lumbly as Isaiah Bradley in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And now, of course, Captain America, Brave New World. They did edit the trailer like we said that they would, by the way. Now they've added in Giancarlo Esposito. And of course, we don't know at what point they decided to make Harrison Ford's General Ross into the Red Hulk. And then there's an indication that, based on comments from Anthony Mackie, that maybe, just maybe, not Winter Soldier going into this film, but Green Hulk, that Mark Ruffalo might be in this film, or maybe the Hulk himself will be in this film. And I'm hoping not Smart Hulk. I've heard, by the way, when I pointed out that they're probably going to undo Smart Hulk in this film if Hulk is in it, somebody said, well, regular Hulk was already in Deadpool and Wolverine, so shows you there. Vash, I have not seen Deadpool. You've seen Deadpool. Is Green Hulk in
Right.
Deadpool? And is it supposed to be standard Marvel Cinematic Universe Hulk at that point?
Yeah, that's not 616. That's part of a scene in which Deadpool is looking for a Wolverine which to bring back to 616. And as part of that, he was battling the Hulk. So it's part of the multiverse.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would say it doesn't count because many things in Deadpool do not count. Thunderbolts being mentioned. Okay, so are they saying that Thunderbolts is a bad movie at this point? I don't know. It could be. There's a lot about this lineup that leaves me questioning. Despite the fact that they're pretty much all good actors, I still don't know about this one right here. That's the one in Black Widow where pretty obviously played by a male stuntman, but they took off the helmet and just put a lady's head on there. That was an unusual one. Fantastic Four, that would be one of the good ones. So as far as TV shows go, I'm trying to think what other TV shows they have. They did not mention Agatha all along, and I can't think of another TV show that Marvel has coming right now.
Yeah, I can't think of it either. It seems like maybe like an echo in my mind. Just poof, it's just gone. No, I'm joking.
Oh, is that if that's one of the two, then that's great. That one obviously got cut down. I think it was supposed to be an 8 to 10 episode, got cut down to 5, and some of those episodes are pretty short. And that one, oh man, that was a rough watch. Also, if I'm going to point this out here, Vision Quest actually sounds like it's going to be good. Why does it sound like it's going to be good? First of all, Paul Bettany is an excellent actor and was the best part of the WandaVision show, in my opinion. I think he knows who that character is, and I'll even say Wanda, generally a pretty good character. The surrounding cast was a little in that one, but Vision had some of the best scenes in that entire series, and now he's being directed by Terry Matalas, who is the showrunner on Picard Season 3. So if he puts the kind of work that he put into Picard Season 3 into Vision Quest, that gives me so much hope. That was a great get for Marvel. So I'm saying something very positive about a Disney property here when I say I'm very much looking forward to what comes out of Vision Quest. So
oh, absolutely, 100%. I think I would agree with you. Paul Bettany's character definitely the best part of WandaVision for sure. The WandaVision starting off strong, but man, ending not so good. But don't worry, Jonas, we're taking the best part of that ending and putting it in a show called Agatha. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if people are necessarily anticipating that one. Hey, she does make a presence at Oogie Boogie Bash sometimes, and she's interesting there.
Oh, they do? Is she wearing the normal dress, or is she wearing the witch dress? Because I think people like her as the nosy neighbor housewife type more than they do as Agatha Harkness, with the black fingers and the look at me, I'm a witch. I think they like her as the nosy neighbor type that Catherine Hahn plays to perfection in that show. She's actually pretty great as Agatha the neighbor. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. No, it's the witch, but which is really disappointing. But I mean, the fact that they didn't have anything at San Diego Comic-Con referring to Agatha, I mean, not like a little panel, not like even a mention from Hall H. That really says something. They are definitely pivoting in a new direction. And we've seen that evidence by Stephen McFeely coming back, Russo's, Robert Downey Jr., all this stuff. Just so happens that we're now in this kind of weird phase where we'll get some mediocre stuff and maybe perhaps better stuff. We'll have to see, though. I mean, they really had to bring it.
Yep, that's true. And according to Jamie Lee Curtis in her now retracted statement, they're currently in phase bad. But let's bring in one more story here. This one is the truth. It's actual. It's very much just based on the facts. This one, Anthony D'Alessandro from Deadline, Marvel Studios 2026 title subtracted from release schedule. Searchlight's A Real Pain also shifts. We're gonna go through just the essential details here. Some minor tweaks on the Disney release schedule this morning. First off, the studio has taken off a Marvel Studios movie that was dated for July 24th. 2026. And moving on from there's a Searchlight movie that's going away. That is also a Disney property, but obviously not related to this. Interesting to note is how Marvel Studios' Blade remains on the calendar for November 7th, 2025 next year. The movie doesn't have a director yet. As surprising that feature hasn't shifted. A lot of people were reading into Wesley Snipes in Deadpool as some kind of comment on that. Vash? What do you have to say about that?
Oh, he directly comments on it. I believe there's a quote from Wesley Snipes in that film saying something to the effect of, "There's only ever going to be one Blade," when Deadpool talks about multiple Punishers, you know? And then after he says that, Deadpool actually looks at the camera and goes, there you go, you know, kind of thing. Yeah, it sounds like they're trying to ice skate uphill with that one. I don't know if it's going to necessarily come out as how they envision.
Yeah, now there was an updated version of that. I do believe that Wesley Snipes tweeted something about trying to use a snowmobile on the interstate, which is almost like ice skating uphill. Although ice skating uphill, that's, by the way, as from what I understand about the making of that movie, that was 100% a Wesley Snipes line, and not
Of course it was
in the script. Here we go. Thunderbolts right here is now the updated title of Thunderbolts, dated on May 2nd of 2025. This is funny because one of the rumors that I've heard is that it's actually not Thunderbolts. I don't know if Red Hulk is going to be in that. Now, maybe I'm crazy here, but I'm reading Thunderbolt as some kind of play off the fact that it's Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, who is the Red Hulk here. So I've heard that might be changed to the New Avengers. That is not a That Park Place rumor. That is not a WDW Pro rumor. That is just a rumor of something that I heard somewhere. Obviously, Fantastic Four has changed its title. Kang Dynasty, may Jonathan Majors' career rest in limbo until he gets everything back together in his life. Avengers Doomsday, now the title there. And just look at all these Disney titles. And right here, Untitled Disney Animation is now dated 11/24/2. I don't know what year that is, but maybe it's 11/24/27. Anyways, a lot of dates have shifted around here in that article. Looks like Marvel is playing it a little bit safer until they can come out on top. Because if they can get the right talent in place, which maybe they are with the Russo brothers there, they still need Christopher Marcus to make Marcus and McFeely happen here. They've got Robert Downey Jr. Maybe they might have Viggo Mortensen playing Doom. They've got a lot of the things that they need to fix Marvel. Would love for Star Wars to join the party there.
I was just about to say, Jonas, do we know or have any idea of who might have been, I don't know, axed from the company? I mean, a lot of people put a lot of stuff on Victoria Alonso, but it seemed like there was more of a systemic issue at place when it came to the maybe the wokeification or the MCU of the MCU.
You know, I'm hearing that there were like 15 different producers and low-level interns or whatever that ended up leaving the company. Actually, if you want more information on that, you can, of course, go over to John Trent's article here. But maybe I could just go ahead and show this. In April, Boris Kitt and Aaron Couch at The Hollywood Reporter noted that Marvel Studios had hit some layoffs. The duo reported that around 15 people, including junior-level employees in production and development, were laid off, including junior-level employees. So that is a phrase that means that there were some junior-level employees in there, but that doesn't mean that they didn't, say, get rid of the producer in charge of Loki Season 2, for instance. I'm not saying that that guy was an activist, but he also left Marvel around that same time. Now, that being said, we want to throw this to our commenters here. Does Marvel cleaning house? First of all, do you believe the rumor? It is from Chris Gore, and Chris Gore is generally not known as a scooper. So, you know, take all of that with a grain of salt and let us know what you think. Of course, if they did clean house, what would you think would be the surest sign that they had clean house? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you could hit the like button, we'd appreciate it. If you want to know about our videos as soon as they drop, hit that notification bell, and of course, consider subscribing to That Park Place for all the news that should be fun.
Thanks for watching That Park Place News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.